All right, an excellent day for a nap today. Hey everyone, it's Eric here with the weather for Weather Geeks Thursday evening edition, and the weather today stunk, as expected. It was cold, it was rainy, and rainfall totals today amounted to about what we thought they would, about a half an inch on average. Some rain gauges captured a little bit more, some a little bit less, but it was pretty much a washout today, and temperatures really struggled with the clouds and the rain today. At the Youngstown Warren Airport, as of about 7 p.m. this evening, we've picked up exactly a half an inch worth of rain since the rain pushed in right around daybreak, or just before daybreak, first thing this morning. And today being Thursday, we get an update on the drought monitor. This becomes, of course, a little less important heading into this time of the year as opposed to when lawns and gardens and things were still alive a couple of months ago. But nonetheless, compared to a week ago, we saw a little bit of an expansion of the abnormally dry designation across our northern viewing area. Otherwise, no change really here in the areas that are designated as being in a moderate drought and even a severe drought, including much of Columbiana County. So today's rain, while it made for kind of a lousy day weather-wise, was some good news combined with the rain that we had on Sunday. We've done a little bit better in recent days. It's exactly 7 o'clock as of the recording of this video, and we still have some areas of late rain and drizzle, especially between, say, Interstate 80 and kind of the Columbiana-Mahoning line. That's where the most consistent light rain is, but some spots of light rain and drizzle are out there, and they will continue to be out there this evening and overnight. Now, the system that's producing the clammy weather today is kind of falling apart. It'll reorganize itself as more of like an East Coast low off the outer banks of North Carolina and off of Virginia Beach as we go through tonight and into tomorrow. But there will be kind of what we call an inverted trough of low pressure emanating north and west away from that storm center, and that's going to keep the weather pretty clammy and cloudy and kind of unsettled into the day on Friday. Now, temperatures today have struggled out of the upper 30s into the lower 40s, and this temperature map will kind of be valid for just about the entire night tonight. Temperatures are just going to kind of flatline in the lower and middle 40s for much of the night tonight. So it won't be as chilly as some of our recent nights, but still, the clouds are going to occasionally try to produce a few raindrops. High-res Futurecast overnight does not show a whole lot, and I don't think there will be a whole lot, but you might have to flip on the wipers once or twice heading out the door tomorrow morning. And this dashed black line, when you see this on weather maps, this is usually indicative of that trough of low pressure. It's not quite a cold front, it's not really a storm, it's just kind of an area where the pressures are lower and you tend to have unsettled weather around these troughs of low pressure. A lot of times, like cold fronts, they come in from the north or west and go east-southeast, but this is what we call an inverted surface trough, basically centered off the east coast and then curving back north and west. Just a little weather geekdom for you there, but the bottom line for Friday is it's going to be a pretty gloomy looking day. Stratocumulus clouds much of the day, occasionally maybe a spit of drizzle or light rain right through the evening hours. Then we'll shake the chance for rain by Saturday morning, but clouds will hang tough for the first few hours of daylight Saturday morning, with thinning clouds for the afternoon, and then kind of a milky sky returning on Sunday. This will be another day like we had yesterday, where there may be some sky optics, some of those 22-degree halos around the sun with those high cirrus clouds streaming overhead. It makes for kind of a cool-looking sky sometimes, and that's the kind of day we'll have coming up on Sunday. So weekend forecast, I put on social media earlier today, I kind of give the weekend forecast a B-. Better than Thursday and Friday, but could it be better at this time of the year? Sure. It's going to be nicer and warmer than it will be next weekend, that is for sure. 52 on Saturday, we'll do 57 on Sunday. Now, as a warm front advances to the north, there may be a couple of showers around Sunday night, but those will be out of the way, I think, by Monday morning, and we'll start next week actually on a pretty nice note, it looks like, for our Monday. But the pattern change we've been talking about is still coming our way. Now, this is today's 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Now, you may see the orange and say, hey, where's this cool down? Don't forget, this is days 6 through 10. I think days 6 and perhaps even day 7, in other words, kind of the middle of next week, are still pretty warm. The colder air arrives towards the tail end of next week, so next Friday into the weekend, and I kind of can illustrate that on this graphic. This is a 10-day temperature outlook, and here's that change. So again, a week from today, we're still above the average by a couple of degrees, but then next Friday into next weekend, the chill is here. Now, it's going to be cold enough that I think there can be some snowflakes seen at times next weekend around parts of the Great Lakes and Northeast and the Midwest. Is it going to stick anywhere? Is it going to be a problem? It's too early to say. I think we'll have to be on guard for perhaps a lake effect setup for a time. That being said, I think surface temperatures will be kind of marginal around the region. In other words, it's not like we're going to highs in the 20s with snowflakes by next weekend, but could we see snowflakes in the air with temperatures mostly above freezing? Yes. Might there be some issues, especially around the prime snow belts around the Great Lakes? Maybe. We'll work all that out next week, but I think we have a pretty good chance of seeing the season's first snowflakes in the mix at some point late next week into that following weekend. And as I've been talking about, I think this chillier pattern will stick with us through the week of Thanksgiving, which is the week after next weekend. Thanksgiving this year is on the latest possible date. It's on the 28th. I think the date range for Thanksgiving is between the 22nd and 28th, I should say, and this year it's on the 28th. So next year we'll go back to, I believe it's November 22nd. So that's kind of how those things work. It's always that last Thursday in the month of November. That's right. The last Thursday, right? I think that's right. Anyway, we'll talk more about the Thanksgiving forecast and longer range thoughts on future editions of Weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks for watching on this Thursday evening, and have a great rest of your night. See you next time.